Morning. How you doing, partners? We have a cut test today, and we're doing it with the Cold Steel Tough Light. I just did a cut test on the Spyderco Little Native Wharncliffe, which is a very similar knife to this Tough Light. So I figured I would get a Tough Light as well and kind of do a comparison between the two. This is a very viable budget option for the Wharncliffe Little Native. Very similar knives. So I figured I would do the cut tests back to back and kind of see how they cut in comparison with each other. This is about $30, while the Little Native is around $130, so about $100 more. You're getting a big upgrade on the blade steel. The blade steel here on this Cold Steel is AUS 10A, or sorry, AUS 8A. Made in Taiwan, using Cold Steel's, what do they call it? Triad lock? Yeah, Triad lock. Basically a back lock, but supposedly tougher. This is the factory edge, which is nice and sharp. You can see on the paper there. A lot of similarities between this and the Wharncliffe Little Native. Both really comfortable, kind of small knives that feel like big knives with nice choke-up spots. Wharncliffe blades. Starting out on the cardboard here, not an issue. One thing I did notice is the Tough Light here has a small sharpening choil down at the plunge grind, whereas the Little Native does not. Now, when you're sharpening, it might be a little easier to sharpen this Tough Light, but for cutting cardboard, it's actually better to not have that sharpening choil, because the cardboard kind of gets caught up in there sometimes, and it stops you from completing your slice. So I will say that the Little Native was better with the cardboard, better than the Tough Light here. As far as the sharpness, though, and the ease of slicing, they're both pretty similar. Doing a little curved cut here. Did very well. Nice clean cut, no bunching up of the cardboard. Now on the Tough Light here we have a hollow grind, and on the Little Native we have a full flat grind. Also, obviously, the Spyderco is made in USA. This Cold Steel made in Taiwan. This is really a very good little utility cutter, though. I mean, I'm just cutting this this cardboard like it's paper. Just really, really easily cutting this stuff. This is a knife that I would throw in my toolbox and kind of use it in place of a razor blade, cutting out templates, any time I would use a razor blade or utility knife, this would be a really good option. More comfortable in hand than most utility knives that I've tried, at least, and more badass. The lock, I'm sure, is stronger. So we're still slicing paper pretty easily after the cardboard. Let's do the glove. Roll it up. Check out the layers. Very easy for this knife to get through it. Really easy. Just as easy as the Little Native. Check it out, baby. Clean cuts. Now, I've also tried the mini Tough Light, and it's not worth buying, in my opinion. It's almost too small. The blade is actually literally smaller than your typical razor blade would be. It's just tiny, and this one makes much more sense, the full-size one. All right, moving on to the strap. Now, I was pretty surprised how far the Little Native got through the strap. It did not get through it all the way because we're looking at really short cutting edges here. But let's see. Yeah, a little less than the Little Native, but pretty close. You know, it just can't get all the way through because there's not much edge to cut through it. Yep, about the same. You know, the strap is wider than the edge itself, so really it's next to impossible for it to get all the way through. As far as the sharpness going through the strap, it felt pretty good. You know, obviously the edge isn't going to be staying as sharp at this point as the S30V on the Little Native, but check this out. We are absolutely blazing through this rope. Same as the Little Native. The Little Native performed almost exactly this well on the rope. So, yeah, really, really nice. Destroyed that rope. Didn't even really have to put that much pressure into the cut even. Let's test our edge out. It's decent. It held up better than I thought it would. Still, if I go slow at the right angle, we're still slicing paper, but definitely has dulled at this point. Let's do some stropping. This AUS 8A should strap up really fast. You know, this is a blade steel where your edge won't last that long, and you're just gonna have to be stropping it pretty regularly. But as long as you do that, you should be fine. It'll strap back quick, and the edge won't last that long. But you know, that's just what you're getting with the budget steel. You gotta strap it a lot. But if you always strap regularly, you really shouldn't have to take it to the stones unless you get a chip or a significant roll or something. Just regular strap maintenance, you know, this is the case with all knives. You should never really have to take it to the stones as long as you upkeep the edge. So after the strapping, we're pretty sharp. Not quite as sharp as we were before. But yeah, definitely we got a working edge on it. So overall, I think this is a really good buy. This is about 30 bucks, like I said, maybe 35. And you know, one thing I don't like about it is the clip is only a tip down carry. You can switch left to right, but it's only tipped down. I don't like the clip that much, but like I said, this is a knife that I'd throw in my toolbox. I don't really see myself carrying this in my pocket, so I'm fine with that. I like that I can reverse flick it. I wasn't able to do that on the Cold Steel Toughlight Mini. You know, it's not quite as fun to use. The compression lock on the Little Native is just really nice. The Little Native is much snappier. The action is much snappier because there's, you know, detent ball. The Little Native is just more fun to use. And I like it more because it's made in the US. It's a Spyderco, you know. I love the heat treat is going to be the best S30V you can get. It's just an all-around awesome knife. But this is a really good alternative, man. You know, $100 less, and you're getting a really good cutting tool that you're going to have to upkeep the edge more. But man, it's really comfortable in hand. You know, this is a really good utility cutter, I gotta say. So that's about it. Thanks for watching, dudes, and I will see you in the next one. The next video, I think we're going to be cutting with the new Wharncliffe CJRB Pyrite. Hell yeah, I can't wait. It's really, really good, spoiler alert. And I'll see you later. Adios, dudes.